Good day and welcome to this explanation of the Racehorse Owners Club 101 Pty Ltd by Otto. First of all, if we scroll down here, this is the colors that I'm planning to apply for when we apply for company colors. Now, I just want to give a little background before I discuss all the costs and things involved. Now, the reason for this shareholders group, is that purchasing a racehorse is usually very expensive, and as well as the training fees, vet fees, etc. By joining the Racehorse Owners Club, you're able to share all of these costs with others. You can be a real owner for a fraction of the usual cost. When you buy a share, you will own a small part of the horse, and you will join him or her on a fascinating and interesting journey. Now, this type of ownership is the way forward. In the USA recently, a syndicate was put together to buy a share in a racehorse, and the people only had to pay $206. And there was 12,500 shares was offered, and 4,200 individuals bought into the horse. The horse turned out to be authentic, and authentic went on to win the 22nd edition of the Kentucky Derby. So one of the shareholders, Rodley, said, "What we get is something far better than just a monetary return," he said. "We could get to say we have a runner in the Kentucky Derby and share in a horse that won the Kentucky Derby." Now, that is the way that in the future horse race ownership will be done. People will club their money together, and it's also known as fractional ownership. In South Africa, we talk about fractional ownership, and the Jockey Club do recognize fractional ownership. Now, I found this owners group on the internet, and it's something similar which I would like to also do and give you a similar experience. So let's watch this video, and then we can talk after the video again. Sorry, I don't know why my thing does this. I just had it lined up now. Now it's spooling again.
Owners Group gives you the opportunity to own a share in a racehorse with one of the top trainers in the country for a low one-off sum.
I would thoroughly recommend anyone joining the Owners Group. You know, they have a lot of fun, and you just can't do better.
It's our great pleasure to train for the Owners Group.
I'm very proud to be training for Owners Group, an extremely well-run organisation.
I'd thoroughly recommend it. I think it's an excellent concept.
I can't recommend it highly enough. It's a really professionally run syndicate.
Owners Group was created in 2014 and is Britain's leader in its field. We purchase quality horses and sell shares for very affordable sums. We've had a very large number of winners, including the Grade 1 Triumph Hurdle at the Cheltenham Festival. Benefits include regular updates directly from your trainer, with an email sent to you at least once per week and a magazine posted to you each month. We offer free stable visits where you can hopefully see your horse and trainer close up and experience a day you will never forget. You can apply for an owner's badge whenever your horse runs at the racecourse. This is a truly memorable experience, particularly if your horse is a winner. When you buy into one of our racehorses, you can delight in following the progress of your racehorse. Getting a horse to the races is a journey, and it's truly fascinating. We produce occasional videos of horses, enabling owners to watch them at work, rest or play. We have our own yard based in Wiltshire. It's called Equiprep, and it serves as an exercise facility as well as a holiday and rest home for many of the horses when they're not with a trainer. It's a fantastic resource and is one of the reasons why our horses have performed so consistently well on the racecourse. From our Equiprep site, We also care for any retired horses while we find a new, permanent and loving home for them. We are extremely passionate about the welfare of all of our horses and will always ensure that any horse retired from Owners Group is given a loving home once their racing days are over. Organised stable visits to Equine Prep are very popular with owners and another opportunity to see your horse close up. When you buy a share in an Owners Group horse, you're buying into a fascinating entertainment. New owners will receive a welcome pack containing a share certificate, photograph and lots more information about how everything works. We look forward to welcoming you as an owner. For more information, including the latest shares available, please visit.
So that is we want to go with our group that we want to design, put together. Also give you all that things that you can enjoy a horse race ownership. So first of all, I want to talk about what is a share. A share is a single unit of ownership in a company, mutual fund, financial asset or a trust. Buying shares in a company provides the shareholder with equity in that company. And because you own a part of the company as a shareholder, you are entitled to a portion of the profit it makes, and these are paid out as dividends. Owning shares mean you're also a company owner. When you buy shares, you're buying a share of the company's assets and its profits. In fact, and in law, you are part owner of the company. Get rich slow should be the share investor's motto. Shares have an excited long-term track record of generating wealth. If you choose your shares wisely, they'll build your wealth better than almost any other asset if you invest it for a long time. Yeah, here you have an example of a share. Is a share in a piece of a company, the Ford Motor Company. People who own shares in a company are called shareholders or stakeholders. Shareholders receive income from the shares they own on a routine basis. These are also called dividend payments. I want you to look at the video that will explain what is a share.
A share is a portion of ownership in a company. In order to understand what a share is, we need to understand first what a company is. A company is a legal entity that allows its owners to conduct business under a separate legal identity, limiting their personal liability. We owe the idea of a company as we know it today to a couple of wig-wearing lords in the British House of Lords and a bootmaker named Solomon. In 1896, these gentlemen brought into being the concept of a fictitious invented identity that could be created by individuals and could get into business and succeed or fail independently from its owners. The new idea soon spread across continental Europe and America and became what we know today. So a company is created by individual or individuals who know the secret spell. Okay, they know the legal procedure, whereby some forms are signed and an identity number is provided by specific state offices. This number represents an identity that can buy and sell goods, provide services, open bank accounts, and even become bankrupt, all totally separate from the original founders. The original founders usually fund the newly created fictional identity with initial resources such as money, and in exchange, a share of the control over the company and part of the assets in the new fictional identity are issued. Thus, if 5 founders contributed $100 for the new company in equal parts, each one will get 20% of the total share of the new company. Shares are usually issued in financial terms. Therefore, if the company issued 10 shares of $10 value, each founder will get from the company 2 shares, $10 each. The company could even issue some nice share certificates. Shares represent an owner's right to the company's profits. If our newly created company earned $1 million and wanted to return $100,000 to its owners, each owner would get 20% of the total profit, or $20,000 according to his shareholdings. Shares represent also a claim over the company's net worth, what will be left of assets after all liabilities are settled in case of dissolution. If our company made $2 million profit and was to be terminated by its shareholders, it would first pay back all liabilities it had: suppliers, loans to banks, employees. Let's say $1 million. The rest, its total net worth, also called equity or capital, of $1 million, would be divided between its shareholders according to their shareholdings at that time. Each one would get $200,000. Shares also provide the authority to make decisions concerning the company. So, for the company to decide to nominate a chief executive officer, fancy word for the top manager, a majority of the shareholders would need to approve of the decision before it could be done. In our case, a minimum of 3 shareholders representing 60% of the shares would have to approve for the proposal to be accepted. Shareholders can trade in the company shares. They can sell them for cash or buy more of them, adding to their control and gaining a larger relative portion of future profits from the company the shares belong to.
Okay, let's now go back to our document. So now, the reason why I'm doing this is I just wanted to, explain to people what shares are. How is a share valued? The value of a share depends on several key market principles. Put simply, a share is valued as what people are willing to pay for it. Now, how is the above applicable to the Racehorse Owners Club? When you buy a share in a company, you also buy a share in the company's assets. So, when you buy a share in this company, you're buying a share in the assets of the company. Now, a lot of people maybe had the idea that you're now buying shares in the racehorse, and every time the horse runs, we're going to take the money, divide it between each other, and you get in whatever you get from the prize money. It is not exactly the way it happens. You still own a share in the racehorses, but you own it indirectly. The company owns the horses, and you have shares in the company. So the company's assets is the free racehorses that we're going to buy 10% each in. So that is our product. So our product is a racehorse, and this horse is now going to earn income for the company, is going to race and win prize money. It could have been the same thing, any other products whereby we could have bought products and like a car at the auction, sell them, and we make a profit. The same thing. Our product here is our racehorses. Our racehorses race, and then they earn stakes. The company is the Racehorse Owners Club, Pty Ltd. So it's Racehorse Owners Club 101. I just omitted a 101 there. Pty Ltd. The reason for that is the way I'm doing this is that at the end of the day, we're going to have more than one club. So each club will have a different number. The next club will be the Racehorse Owners Club 102, 103, 104, and so forth. So the company now has 100 shares that it can sell or issue. In this case, we are selling the shares. We are selling the shares in order to fund the above buying of the assets of the company for the company. Then also included in the share price is other costs that need to be paid in order to run the company and pay other expenses. Let's have a look at it. The share price includes, for the purchase of the horses per share, remember there's 100 shares, 594 rand. Then registration of racing colours over the NHRA is 120 rand. Then Northwest Online Blockstock gets an admin fee for 136. I'll tell you now what's happening with that, 136 rand. Then the training fees is 1,200 rand for 12 months. It's 100 rand a month. I'll give you a breakdown for that. Now, because the training fee is 100 rand a month, we include it into the share price so that the company's total expenditure for 12 months are covered. And we don't have to chase people for 100 rand a month, chasing people to pay their shares every month. So you will pay a one-stop cost per share of 2,050, excluding VAT. Now, to help people, this thing can be paid in two installments. So when you sign up, you can pay 50% and other 50% in 30 days. There's no training fees are payable in the first 12 months. After 12 months, we will assess the situation to determine if the company can, from there, pay the training fees from the income, or if shareholders will have to contribute again towards the monthly fees, but that will only be in 12 months' time. Now, what is happening with the admin fee? Out of the admin fee, we have to pay the following as well. Registration of power of attorney for trainer, change of ownership on all 3 horses, 2850, excluding VAT. Individual colours for a nominee. Each company must have a nominee, and that nominee must have its own individual colours. Set of colours for company, 700 Rand. Draw up and signing of shareholders agreements, which I will send you a copy of. Submitting shareholder agreements to auditors for issuing shareholder certificate. So the auditors will then build up a database of all the shareholders and then issue them with shareholder certificates. We're going to build a website for the company where we're going to have photos and videos and everything, so everybody can have a look at that and see what is going on. Then also we're going to have to advertise for shareholders because it is an ongoing process, and advertising, we do a lot of advertising on Facebook and so, but you're going to have to start looking at other places to advertise where we unfortunately will have to pay for that, and then other unforeseen expenses. So the monthly training fees. The monthly training fees consist of the following. The training fees per share, 50 Rand. The admin fee, 25 Rand. Auditors, 20 Rand. The vet fees and miscellaneous expenditures, 25 Rand. Total cost per share per month was 100 Rand, excluding VAT. So the company's income will consist of prize money the horses win. Therefore, when a horse wins or plays, the prize money will be paid into the company account. The company now receives income which the company now can utilize to buy more sharing horses and therefore expand the company's asset and thereby increasing the value of the shares. We don't have to use all the company's income. We can say, okay, we work on a basis of, we keep 50%, that will go to the shareholders, and 50% we will utilize in buying more shares or horses into the company, thereby increasing the company's value. The shareholders will vote on the above and the majority decision will stand. Now let's look at the example. Let's assume Walnut wins his maiden plate next time. Income will be as follows. The prize money for the maiden plate currently for the first place is 43,750. Deductions, trainer 8%, jockey 8%, group 1%. But some jockeys, they do take 10%. So therefore, net prize money will be 36,000. We will get 10%, which gives us an income of 3,612 Rand. Now, the company will be managed by Norway's online block stock, and this is what we will receive the following income. On training fees, 10%, that's 255 per month, excluding VAT. Monthly admin fee, 25 Rand per share. And for the monthly admin share, we're going to do the website, run the website, communicate with you and arrange stable days, or if you want to go to the track, all of those arrangements will be made, because the trainer can't deal with 100 people or 50 people calling him and answering all their calls. And on the net winnings, we'll get 10%. On above scenario, it will be 361 Rand. Now, how to get involved? Here's a few suggestions. You can buy shares in your own name, or we can set up a company for you in which name you can hold the shares. The advantage of that is that you'll make a loan to your company, which can be payable once you receive payouts from the Racehorse Owners Club. You can then claim rent for the company, which is run from your home. You can claim expenses like petrol to travel, go visit a horse, or when the horse runs, and even if you celebrate afterwards. Just take note that on a company like this, you don't have to work for an auditor. You can work for a normal straight bookkeeper. It doesn't have to even to be accountant. You can be a bookkeeper. If you buy shares, if you're going to do this as an ongoing thing, and you're going to buy shares in other companies which own horses, then this company can hold all those shares. So it's not in your personal name. At later stages, you can even contemplate to place the shares in a family trust to protect them against creditors, or if something happens to you, the beneficiaries of that trust will still have the benefit of the income and will not be part of your deceased estate. Now, one of the goals of Northwest Bloodstock Online is to get people involved outside racing. Therefore, you can set up a company and invite family, children, or friends to invest some money into the company and buy shares and enjoy being part of a racehorse ownership. So you set up a company with a family, Pty Ltd, or whatever. You can choose the name, and in that company, and then you get your family, friends, whatever they put in to the company. That don't have to be the same amount. It can be different amounts. Obviously, what they will get out is pro rata in what they put in. Then now the horse is running. You can all get together, having a braai. The horse wins. You can celebrate, have a happy time, and they will also enjoy it. So you can actually enjoy racehorse ownership with your family. And we need to move away from the thing where people think owning a racehorse, they need to gamble. You can still have fun owning a racehorse, seeing goes past this post without putting 1 cent on that. Just the thrill of it, the excitement, the adrenaline rush is already enough. Now, if you want to set up a company, I can do it for you for 275 Rand. I'm doing it at cost. The cost to CIPC is 170 Rand, and I charge you 100 Rand for my time and effort. So also, if you want to set up a trust at one stage, I can also assist you with that. Conclusion. We hope you find the information useful and will assist you in making a positive decision in joining the Racehorse Owners Club. Our aim is to make it an enjoyable experience, and at the same time, hopefully, have a positive effect on your finances and wealth creation. I thank you for listening to this, and I'm hoping to see you shortly as part of the family in the Racehorse Owners Club.